Hi guys, 10:47 right now. I know I haven't been on for the past few days. It's just been very hectic. Not a good end to the vacation here, but life happens here. Have to move on. And hopefully everything will work out. But let's talk about the weather. That is really interesting here. We're talking about, well, from a meteorology student standpoint here. This is a really cool storm here. This is one that all the meteorologists get excited about. So here in New England, we're talking about some rain and some flooding concerns. However, because of the drought, flooding isn't really a major concern here. But particularly Hampden County, Central Connecticut, and Coastal Connecticut, there could be some flooding. Okay, definitely those will be the areas that will have the highest potential of flooding. Because right now there is a blob of rain that's sitting right over Hampden County and also parts of Connecticut. And it's dropping some pretty good rain amounts. And then there's also yet again another band of rain offshore of Long Island that's working its way north and west. Which will also be coming through our area a little later on tonight. And that's the area of rain that may prompt a few rumbles of thunder here. So, but again, the rumbles of thunder wouldn't be anything to be too concerned about. Now, let's talk a little bit about what else is going on out there. There are some wind advisories through portions of the Berkshires and Vermont and northwestern Connecticut. Wind advisories for the Cape and the islands. And then also you have the flood watches through much of the area. Then you have these two little lone winter weather advisories. Not major stuff here. Maybe at the greatest, a couple of inches in Maine. And then into this region of New York, maybe at the greatest, a 3 to 4 inch amount. But it's not going to be anything major into those regions. Where the major stuff will happen is back out in here. And this is the part that I'm really, I guess you could say I'm focusing in more on this than I am this, because this is the historic aspect of the storm. Just like the historic aspect of the October snowstorm was the snow, there was some rain out there into to the west and to the east here, but the major thing was the snow, and this is the major thing that everyone's looking at. There are some really big potentials of seeing absolutely crippling snow amounts here, and there is a very high probability that we could be talking about some roads and some places being shut down, and also power outages, because actually in through this region leaves have already sprouted. So that is a major concern here. Now, moving on from that, let's kind of show you the radar imagery here. Kind of show you. I'll zoom into our area first, and you can sort of see what I'm talking about. There is some heavy rain back out into the Boston area, but generally this is the area of rain that's prompting that those flood advisories. And you can sort of see that the heaviest area of rain is in our region, and then there's yet again another area of rain out here, and I'll show you that in a second. So you can see there's that area of rain, okay, in western Massachusetts, particularly the Pioneer River Valley. Then you got this little area of rain down here, and that's working its way in this direction, because actually the storm is starting to move in this direction, okay. And what's actually going to happen here is it's going to this is what's prompting that flood advisory. And this will be moving through later on and giving us the possibility of a rumble of thunder, like I mentioned earlier. But again, heavy rain here, and this is all coming off the Atlantic. So what's actually happening here is, while in the meantime we're getting the warm air off the waters, or the warmer air, we're talking about the cold Canadian flow going into western Pennsylvania and Virginia, slivers of Virginia and Maryland and West Virginia, and this is what's cooling everything down in through these regions, and that's what's given given the very high potentials of some heavy snow. Actually, what I'm going to do right now is show you a graphic I put out for the snow. I will be posting this on Facebook a little bit later on. But this is what's going on here. Look at these major amounts. And actually, this is the key up here. This is really where it looks like the greatest snowfall will be occurring, is into portions of New York and extreme northwestern Pennsylvania. You can sort of see that's where 16 to 20 inches of snow could be falling. But even still, this area of orange, the reds here, the orange indicates a good 13 to 14 inches. The reds here, the dark red, indicates a 14 to 16 inch amount. And even the yellows, that's like a 9 to 12 inch storm. You go into the greens here, which is into the you go into the greens at 6 to 9 inches. Go into the State College region, you're talking about as little as 3 inches to maybe as much as 6 inches into that region. It's really a major snowstorm. And then you can sort of see these are the couple of other areas where the winter weather advisories are posted. You can see Maine as maybe as much as 2 inches. And you can see the mountains of New York could pick up maybe as much as 3 inches into that region. The snow will be tapering off on Tuesday. Okay, particularly Tuesday morning. That's when it'll taper off. Most of this will fall through Monday night. Okay. However, there could be still some snow showers falling on Tuesday morning here, but most of the majority of it will be going through tomorrow night. So it's going to be really tonight through tomorrow night. But I put Tuesday because there still could be an additional coating or an inch that falls on Tuesday morning. But that's what's going on here. That is the huge snowstorm, and it will be historic. Okay, it will be historic. And actually, in portions of North Carolina, okay, and these are the mountains of North Carolina, but nevertheless, North Carolina, there's actually been some snow being reported. Absolutely interesting event here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the models here briefly, because again, we all know what's going on with this storm. Can sort of see after the storm moves out, there is a trough that lingers. Okay, we are not going to get warm this week. Okay, maybe the warmest we get is into the upper 50s, but it's going to be a cool week. All right, and this trough sits around here, so there are some concerns with a low that's going to be forming a little later on this week. It'll be very, very minor, but there is a concern with this particular low. Also, there will be another low that comes through. It's really this broad area of precipitation. This little low here, okay, that will be moving through, and it will be moving off like that. But there are some concerns with it, okay, as of course you can see the trough that's in our region. There is a possibility that if this low tracks a little bit more north, that we could see a little bit of snow out of this particular system. I'm not sure what's going to happen with it yet, but there's a potential, all right, as you can see this huge trough in our region. But again, that will be moving out quickly, but there will be chances of some rain through the period. Okay, it won't be staying dry. It will be warmer than what we are this week, but you can still see there's some pretty intense rains possibly for next Monday, but we'll see what happens with that. That's still quite a ways, or not even next Monday. I don't know. It'll be a while before we hit that period, but we'll be starting to warm up after that. This is a European, and I would say right now, when it comes in terms of how the dynamics of the storm, I think the European is doing a pretty darn good job with it. Right now, the pressure is around 990. It will definitely go down to 987 here. And you can sort of see this will be a major storm. Actually, believe it or not, the European was pretty darn right with this thing. And then you can see that moves out. This indicates that things will be cooling down afterwards. you can sort of see the trough lingers, and then here's that little storm system we're watching. Possibly, and like I said, the big word here is possibly some snows. We'll keep an eye on that, and then you can sort of see this other little low that moves through next Sunday and Monday, maybe bringing some snow to Maine or something, but would not be anything major. Actually, the storm system that moves through with this wouldn't even be a major system, but even still, possibilities here. And then you can sort of see it kind of warms up afterwards as well. So that's what's going on here when it comes in terms of the weather. Right now, though, the major thing is the rain that's fallen, and also the potentials for some snows here. So, stay tuned. We'll continue to update you on that. I will be trying to post more graphics online on Facebook and stuff. But again, I hope you all stay tuned, and we'll keep you posted on everything. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.